a weekend.
Well,
I
there you
guess
go.
that's my whole
Yeah.
thing. I'm like sunshine on a cloudy day.
Oh wow, really?
You know I am. Sometimes you be looking like she cannot be this hyped in the morning. Like it's 5 something in the morning. She ain't here like she on
Yeah.
steroids or
Out of
something.
control.
Out of control. Early in the morning.
Yeah.
Like this is the greatest day ever.
All right. So let's get it. Relationship realities. What you got for us?
We've been talking about honor,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I want to just give things that help honor the
Okay.
relationship.
All right.
Because I think if you don't have the strategies or understand how to put it there, it doesn't mean anything, right?
Okay.
So, one, if you're going to bring honor into any relationship, and I'm talking about your boo,
Yeah.
your kids,
Yeah.
work, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You need to become a student of the people around you.
Okay. Student of
Yep.
the people around.
How can you honor people and you don't know what works for them, right? And I know that if I don't know you, if I don't get to understand you, if I don't get to know you, if it's all about me, see, a lot of times when we're dishonorable, it's because we're selfish.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you need to get to know the people around you. You need to know what their lights are. I'm not going to mention names, but the book, The Five Love Languages, since they're not. But I'm just saying,
Okay.
go find that book. Have the people
Yeah,
connected to
but
you.
here's the problem with selfish people is number one, the greatest problem with selfish people is they don't know they're selfish because they are always wrapped up in themselves.
So how do we help people who are selfish understand that they are selfish?
I've found that you have to allow them to make mistakes, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
But you have to, because they don't realize that they. And so you're right.
We need to do a whole relationship reality on 10 tips to know you selfish.
Yeah. I was gonna put those out on Facebook. Yeah.
10 tips that we might need to do
10
that on
ways you know
Monday.
you're selfish.
10 ways you know
Yeah,
you're selfish.
if you-
Let's
if
work
one-
on that
one
for
of them is
Monday.
If you call me
Yeah.
and I can't answer,
Yeah.
and you get upset,
And blow
and
up.
then when I call you back and you can't answer, you say, "Well, I couldn't get to my phone."
But you were not
And
answering.
you're
playing
selfish.
games.
Yeah, you're selfish. You're selfish because you don't understand that I couldn't get to the phone. I couldn't get to the phone.
Yeah.
Or I didn't want to talk to you. Anyway, so you're right. So you have to start to think about other people in the relationship.
Yeah, you do.
It's hard for selfish.
Because if you don't, then you're not going to honor them and you won't do the things they like or you'll do the things that they dislike, right? And you won't be concerned about whether or not, because what may not work for you, like I don't like to be embarrassed.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah.
Right?
Right.
I will never forget one time my husband yelled at me in the streets. And it wasn't like.
You needed it, doggone it.
I probably did, right? But like we were after church and he was trying to get me to come on and he was ready to go. And he had asked me a couple times, let's leave.
Let's go.
And I just kept running my mouth. And he all of a sudden he said, "Lakeisha." I said, like I felt like I was one of the kids.
Well,
But when we got in the car, I explained to him, because we were newly married then, I was like, I hate to be,
embarrassed, yeah.
like if you'll just, so we learned code things. Like if I was going too far, he'd tap me like on the back of my thigh or something. And I'd be like, okay, it's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? Or if we were somewhere in public, he used to tap his nose and be like, you too far, you out of control. And when he do this, I'd be like, let me scale back. So we had to learn code things, but you got to know that. Second, you got to stop sweating the small stuff.
Yeah. Stop making a mountain out of a molehill. It really, okay, so you spilled the milk.
Yeah.
Okay, why are we hollering about the milk spill? Why can't you just get a rag, I get a mop?
Yeah.
Let's get the milk up.
Yeah, and not turning it into something, because those things deal with your relationship.
It's a week later and we still talking about that milk.
Yes, and then also making honor your focus and not always thinking honor has to be something big. Sometimes honor translates into doing things for a person, and sometimes it could be the little things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like for me being a single mom, somebody calls me and like, let me take your car and get your car cleaned out. I'm like, yes, Jesus, you know, right?
Yeah.
Those are the things.
Okay. Who has called you to get your car? You
Cleaned it? No, I need somebody to call me and get my car cleaned out.
You need somebody.
Yes.
Okay.
I need somebody to take over my whole car situation. I hate maintaining. I hate maintaining my car. Honor another way is how we talk to another person.
Yeah.
Talking to another person, demeaning, bashing another person, bashing another person in front of other people. I think couples make the worst mistakes if they get into an argument. It's okay to not pretend you perfect, but if it gets dog and I start, your third toe is ugly. You know, I'm just saying, if I just start picking you apart, there's no honor in that.
Or no one else has to be around. Just the fact that
nobody has to be around.
Right. It could be just your demeanor in the what it's. All I said was it. And here's a tip. It's one of those selfish things.
Yeah.
If you've had to respond by saying, all I said was, the issue was not what you said. It was
There's a problem.
It was how you said it.
There's a problem.
It was how you said it.
Yep.
So sometimes, and you know, sometimes you don't understand that your demeanor when you say, "Are you taking out the trash?" is sometimes can be. Well, all
everything.
I did was ask you to take out the trash.
But if it has to be demeaning or put down, or it has to have, or if you have to go back and find fault and pick people apart, then there's no honor in that. It's no honor at all. Also, displaying that a person is significant to you is honor. If someone means something to you, they should know that.
Yeah.
You should never have to guess whether guess.
And you should never have to tell them.
And you should never have to. That should be.
They should know that.
Yeah, they should know your worth.
Right.
That's honoring a person. Also being loyal.
Yeah.
And loyal in your conversations.
Yeah.
Right?
So honor to women, I think, means commitment.
It does.
Yeah. And honor to men means respect.
That's good. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So the highest things on each other's list is
commitment. That's good.
She don't respect me.
Yeah.
When they go into counseling.
Yeah.
And she is saying, well, he's not showing me attention.
Yeah.
Or committed to me.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
Yeah.
And I think also, but though, in honoring our kids, a lot of times we don't think we need to honor our kids. And when it gets to the part where it says, fathers, do not provoke, you need to check yourself and where you're provoking your kids. And be open and ask God, God, search my heart. Am I in a relationship that's provoking them? Because here's the thing you need to remember. Your relationship is going to be the relationship that teaches them to grow closer to God. Wow. And if they're seeing you act one way towards them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then do another way, and then you at church, you all but you cuss them out and go off of them at home, and you have absolutely no honor for them. Right. Then they're gonna, a lot of times kids translate the relationship between God and you to themselves.
And that's got in trouble about saying generational thing. But that's a generational thing. Older people don't honor children. They think that children are to be sit in the corner, be quiet, shut up.
And it's not healthy.
Yeah. But the younger generation is understanding that you have to stop and talk to a child.
You do.
Yeah, you got to talk to a child and not just say, get over there, sit down, shut up. You know, it's just
understand their needs.
Yeah.
I have 5 sons, all with 5 different needs.
Yeah.
My oldest son called yesterday, and he said something huge, and I told him I'm calling him today. I want to talk about it, and we'll probably, after I finish talking about it, you and I will go into this segment, a series about vulnerability for men, because I think it's necessary. And he said, Mom, I know you women go through a lot. He said, but as a man, and I'm talking about, because he's almost 27. Yeah. He's a father of 3 small boys. He's been married since he was 19. And he said just the burden sometimes we feel as men, and no place to be vulnerable, to be transparent. Yeah. If we're hurting, to be able to say we're hurting without that miscommunicating something to y'all. Wow. And he gave a real strong word. He said, sometimes if we want to say we're hurting, then y'all take it on as like that means we ain't got y'all. Yeah. But at that moment, I'm just hurting and I need you. And being able to honor at that point that I need you and I need you to help me get out this space. Yeah. Wow. And I was like, wow, that's a really, like I was listening to him yesterday and I texted him after I got a phone. I said, I really want to talk to you more about vulnerable spaces for men, because that's important as part of y'all mental health and everything else. And honoring you as men, and sometimes it gets dishonorable because we have ideas. And that's the other thing, not having the wrong ideas of relationship can lead to a dishonorable relationship, because you have an idea of the way a person should be. and they operate just in a different zone. And then you hold them hostage.
Yeah, hold them hostage.
They don't need to be held
We
hostage.
gotta wrap things up. How many more?
We have to go, that's it.
Okay.